Hi, I'm Yun from Embryol's Digital Studio. If you've ever looked up at the sky sometime in the last couple million years, there's a good chance you've seen clouds, but probably not noctilucent clouds. Noctilucent clouds are relatively rare. They look like this, but you can only see them during certain times of the day, and only when you're at certain places. Inferior clouds float at from under 6,000 feet to 50,000 feet. Noctilucent clouds dominate the skies at an impressive 250,000 feet. Incredible! So why are noctilucent clouds important? Scientists think that they might be an indicator of global warming. More on that later. Noctilucent clouds are formed when water vapor meets dust meets cold temperatures. Normal clouds have ice forming on small particles. Noctilucent clouds do this too, but sometimes they just get magically formed from water vapor. However, this only occurs in the mesosphere, which is really high up in the air. This is because the mesosphere is cold, and noctilucent clouds like the cold. Since the mesosphere is coldest when it's warmest on Earth, noctilucent clouds are mostly seen in the summer. Noctilucent clouds were first noticed back in 1885, right after Krakatoa erupted. The next few years had a bunch of these noctilucent cloud sightings. The theory was that all the volcanic ash and particles and whatever attracted water vapor in the mesosphere to create these clouds. They basically took a guess that it was ice particles and got it right. Eventually, satellites and the International Space Station saw these clouds too. You can see noctilucent clouds right after sunset during twilight. Noctilucent clouds are so thin that the sun usually shines straight through them, so the light has to bounce off the cloud from the front, which makes them visible only during specific times of the day. And because of the sun and angles and geometry and whatever, noctilucent clouds are typically only visible when you're on certain places on Earth. You probably won't see these clouds from the poles and the equator. For most of us, they're not, but for scientists, they might be a canary in a coal mine. Those birds died when the air in the coal mines got too toxic to breathe. Similarly, noctilucent clouds might be an indicator of global warming. From Krakatoa to the Second Industrial Revolution, to cars and planes and trains, and increasing human population leading to increasing human consumption, which needs more and more farming, the Earth is warming, globally. And a warmer Earth means a colder mesosphere, and a colder mesosphere means more noctilucent clouds. See the connection? Over the last 50 years or so, noctilucent clouds have been seen at lower latitudes with greater frequency and increased brightness. So, while global warming is probably bad for the environment, it's really good news if you're a big fan of noctilucent clouds.